Yes,
Yep.
we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
All right. Let's hang tight on starting the meeting till we ask. Just ask, please, just to make sure I'm
Oh, okay.
not exactly ready to start.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not going to be too loud. I'm at home today. Lunch and learn slide. All right, Maria, can you still see can you see 2 tabs with no bookmarks?
Right now I see a blank page.
We don't know.
Okay, now I see the decision studio.
Okay, and 2 tabs.
Yes.
And now lunch and learns. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Hey, everyone. Yep. Thanks. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Monday's Lunch and Learn. I'm Will. I run our customer department. I'm running a little bit behind today and also work from home, so I apologize for any excessive background noise that we might have today. We have one question to start off with here from Chris. Let me pull it up. Can we copy that question into the chat, please? I'm not used to.
Yes, I'll put it in there in a minute. Just a second. Okay. Okay, it's all set.
All right, here we go. So that's in. You got to make sure you send it to everyone, please, Maria. That's only, we can only myself, you and myself and Amber can see that. Just change the chat to send to everyone, please. Right. So all right, so the question is, the flow entity, for example, has many user actions in the normal report of entities within the Designer Studio. However, a single click on the name of that entity will start the edit flow user action. How can I do the same with a custom entity in a report? How can I make the user action the custom user action that can be selected with one mouse click? So I'd restate this as saying, how can you control the default click behavior of an entity? I think is the.
I think that's about right. I took a couple stabs at it, but and all of the entities that we are using to date, there is no recognized, hey, this is your default user action. And for that reason, anytime you want to, even when we have just a single user action, it's always, well, you have to do a right click to get your menu, then do your left click to pick it.
You should be able to do this, I think.
And I find myself thinking, well, I clearly see there's a better way. I just can't find the right way to make it work. So
here we go. We'll just add, we're going to create an entity. Then on the entity, we're going to show add, edit, and delete just to get our quick CRUD actions. And then there's our entity. Let's go ahead and add one. Add entity. What did I just name it? Default entity action. Okay, so here's our thing. So right now, if I left click, it brings up a, nope, that's the wrong one. If I left click, it brings up the action menu because it doesn't have a default action. If I right click, it brings a pop up. Now, if we go into the configuration folder and we add a user action, test action 1. Now, I've got all these pop-ups in my window because I'm at home today. But if I look at the properties panel here, I believe is default grid action can be selected primary swipe display, order -1. Let me see. If I click on the action is default, and I come back to my folder and I left click on EASDF, yeah, it'll give me my action. So let me put a form there to make that more of a meaningful demonstration here. We'll define any form. Okay. Come back to my action. Yeah. So yes. So all I did is, now I guarantee there's no easy way to see if you've got one as the default, but either there's two ways. You can either come into your action flow and go to properties of the root diagram and select is default grid action here. And that gives you the left click action, or the same stuff is available from a right click in the set classification info. With that set, a left click, you still get right clicks, and a left click will show test action 1, which is just showing this form here. Does that give you what you need, Chris?
I think it does. I have to give it a try.
Okay. All righty. Glad that works. I think that used to be much more difficult to do. So
Now this is release 7. I'm thinking that release 6 has at least one of those two methods available.
it should work the same. I don't think this is new. Yeah, this is not new.
Right.
So it should work the same in 6.
Very good.
All righty. Okay, here we go. Got some questions in the Q&A section. Let me toss this into the chat. And we're doing this on one screen. Is awful. Is there a way to ensure the entries in a data grid are unique? So if a user adds something to a data grid, if the entry already exists, it will not display 2 times. I'm not, this showed up as an anonymous one. So if you, if the user adds something to a data grid, if this is from one of y'all here, please use the raise hand feature so we can talk about this one. Is there a way to ensure that entries in a data grid are unique? So if a user adds something to a data grid, if that entry already exists, it will not display 2 times. You can do this. I don't know how you're adding it. I mean, you can definitely find duplicates. I mean, you have to use a flow to find a duplicate. Data grid's going to show everything. How's the user adding it? I mean, if the user's running a flow to add it, I would just, in the flow that you add it to, I mean, you could check it, right? You could check to see if it exists in the list already. If it does, ignore it, since you've already added one. Yeah, I think without being able to talk to whoever is asking that question, I'm not sure. Oh, here's another question, which is very similar. I have a flow set up that removes duplicates before adding it to the grid. But is there some setting in the report itself? I see. No, there's nothing in the report designer or data grid that says show only unique or something along those lines, right? It's going to show you everything. So there's no make unique type feature in reports or in data grids, unfortunately. So looking at, again, whoever's asking this question, you have to do this with a flow. You need to use the workflow engine to find and remove these types of items, fortunately or unfortunately. Yeah, nothing in the reports will give you any deduplication for free. Okay, what other questions do we have? As always, you guys can use the raise hand feature, ask in chat or ask in the Q&A section. Amber, let's make sure we have a doc about setting, maybe just in our default user action doc, but about setting left click actions for entity actions, please, per Chris's question. Ooh.
I've got you.
No questions coming through. If you guys have a question, please ask it. Should play elevator music or something. We could I could get Jeopardy music. We start playing the Jeopardy music. Promise to be better than Aaron Rodgers.
Will, weren't you formerly in a band?
I'm not sure I'd call it a band, but sure.
Yeah, why don't you put some of your music?
Man, I'm not sure marketing would approve of that. I'm sure it's brand appropriate. All right, anybody questions from anyone? I think if not, we'll go ahead and just close it down for today. Don't have anyone else joining. I don't have very many questions. I guess it is President's Day today too, isn't it? For those of us in the States, I haven't considered that. These bank holiday Mondays are often quite slow from a lunch and learn perspective. All right, I think like a last chance here, everyone. If you got any questions, let us know. Just if not, we'll go ahead and call it a day. Give everyone the opportunity to go eat their lunch in peace. All right, everyone's already dropping off. All right, thank you, everyone. Go ahead and just shut it down. All right, thank you.